Blood Diamond right here. I feel like every fight camp, when one of your teammates fights, they bring up your name all the time in terms of someone that helps them in camp, helps them, give them looks, especially Israel on the countdown of his last fight against Alex. You seem to be one of his main training partners. So now what's it like peaking with all of these guys too, and six of your teammates all fighting on the same card?
It's great. Like we feed off each other's energy, you know. Like some days you just don't feel great, and you just feel a bit down, but you've got 5 more other people who are, you know, supporting you and just encouraging you. So it really like that exciting atmosphere just got amplified like 6 times.
And they also always say, like, you're better than your record. Like, yeah, you might have lost 2 in a row, but you're still one of the best strikers in this division. So I guess what do you want to showcase there on Sunday that maybe you weren't able to showcase in your previous 2 fights?
Oh, that's it. I want to showcase my striking, just to show them I can stand with a lot of these guys. But also, I've been working on my grappling and my wrestling, so that's another thing I would like to showcase.
Was the wrestling grappling specifically for this fight, or did you take away something from your previous fights that said, like, hey, I really need to focus on this?
Yeah. I learned from my mistakes, you know, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. Like, for instance, me going to help Volk's camp. To be honest, I feel like he was the one helping me, because I went there and I was just doing what I do. I just did me. But I was picking his brain, and I mean, like, after watching what he did against Makachev, I was just like, definitely that could help me a lot. So it was good.
When they came to you with a name like Charlie, what did you make of? Did you watch any of his fights, and what do you make of his skill set?
To be honest, it was one of those things. I wanted to focus more on myself. I know he's a great opponent. I mean, he's in the UFC for a good reason. So I didn't take that lightly, but I focused more on what I can do. You know, the last couple of fights I was too fixated on my opponents, like trying to see what they do and all those things. I just went back to my old ways, you know, trust my coaches, because they see better than I do, and I just focus on myself.
When you say that you were focusing on maybe what your opponents were doing rather than yourself, it's like, especially in your last fight with Orion, were you waiting for him to do stuff that maybe you were, and then when it didn't happen, you just kind of threw off your game?
That's it, yeah. Just watching his previous fights and just the way he fought, I thought maybe he was going to do the same thing. But, it didn't work out that way. And, of course, I did quite a few mistakes, you know. I basically zigged when I should have zagged. So, it was a good learning experience. But, it was time for me to focus more on myself.
And then last one for me, obviously your 2 other UFC fights were in Texas. How good does it feel to be, you know, not having to travel 20 miles across the world?
Man, it's great. It's great. Just across, basically across the road, you know. So being close to home, got friends, family, and it's awesome. Yeah, cheers.
Mike over here, just to your left. You mentioned to Jose about training with Volk and how much you learnt during that time in that training camp. What specifically was it that you learnt so much from Volk?
A lot of it was the wrestling and the grappling aspect of things. Volk is great all around. Just little. This is the thing, in this fighting game, like, I don't need to be like the top wrestler, you know. I don't need to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I just need to be efficient. So just working on those kind of things, because at the end of the day, we start on our feet, right? And whatever plan you've got for wrestling or grappling, I'm not dismissing it or anything, but I'm just saying, once you get punched in the face, you're like, oh, damn. Yeah. So it was just working on those real fundamental stuff, and just getting it all just getting a better understanding.
Yeah. Just one more from me.
Yeah.
Your teammate Israel Adesanya, obviously fighting back in April and picking up that massive win against Alex Pereira. I'm just wondering if that added any extra motivation to you, seeing that coming off a loss and picking up the win in such emphatic fashion. If that gave you any extra motivation leading into this fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. To be honest, like, what is it called? In this journey, like, it's either you're winning or you're learning. This is just the way I see it. Okay, so yeah, the losses I had, I'm like, okay. Oh, sorry. That's just it. You learn. I learned that like each fight, like there was always something I was learning off it. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I did wrong. This is what I need to fix. So. And that's the same thing with you saw the way he fought Alex the first time and the last time. It's completely different. So it's just being able to understand, okay, I need to adjust this, that, and improve yourself and come back a better fighter.
Mike, they say that pressure, they say that diamonds are formed under pressure.
Yeah.
Do you think that the pressure of, fighting in Sydney in front of a huge, home crowd, on such a large card, do you think that that's going to bring the best out of you this weekend?
Hey, you're already calling me diamond, so I don't think you need any. The diamond's already been made. Okay, it's just my time to shine now. So yeah.
Just down the front here. You were talking about efficiency with your fight. How was that come into your game plan coming Sunday?
Being more comfortable. Okay. Before it used to be one of those things like, oh man, what's going to happen when they take me down? You start overthinking those kind of things. What's going to happen when I'm on the ground, etc., etc. When you start working on those small fundamentals, you start getting more confidence. And this camp, I've been feeling very confident. I think one of the times I tested it out is when I was training with Volk. At the beginning of the camp, all he had to do was take me down. And then I'm like, crap, I'm in trouble. But at the end of the camp, I could stand, I could grapple with him, and gave me more confidence. And going back home, testing it out with my teammates, you just realize, okay, you can see the evolution. So it gave me more confidence.
And how do you predict your fight turning out?
To be honest, I'm just living in the now. I just want to take each round as it comes, and whatever comes my way, I'm happy. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love. Not many people get to do that, and I feel very blessed. So I'm taking each round as it comes.
And who are you backing in the main event? I think you all might know.
Let me think. That's a no-brainer. That's my boy. He's got this.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bloods, you haven't fought in a little over a year now. Was that a decision made by you or by Eugene, or kind of a collective thing? What was behind the long layoff? To
be honest, I'm not very sure. I love to fight. Okay, I tried to get on the Perth card, and that didn't work out. Tried to get on the one Dan was on, but to be honest, I was just more focused on becoming a better fighter. Sometimes you just don't get what you want. So if it's something you got no control over, just forget about it. Just focus on the things you got control over, and that's what I did. Cheers.